back. My name is SAB, Sandra Adeyeyebelo. Yes, we are continuing because it's been an interesting ride on this journey, and I want to hear your thoughts, your stories. Welcome or welcome back. If you're just hearing my voice, welcome. My name is Sandra Adeyeyebelo. I'm popularly known as SAB, so feel free to call me SAB. Okay, and if you are already here, you're not new. Hey, hello to you. How are you? What have you been up to? For those who were in the last class, how has it been? Have you tested out your strengths? Have you found what you're good at? Did you find the last assignment more tedious than the last? Okay, I want to hear everything. I'm going to be reading and, of course, giving my shout outs as usual. Okay, so feel free to, chat with me, chat. You guys know I love to hear from you. Hello. Rose International Studios is here, the first in class. Hi. Chimezie is here also. First in class. Okay. I think he came after Rose International Studio. Okay, Matthew is also here. Hello, Matthew. Genesis Productions is here. Hello, Genesis Productions. We have Favorite Art as well. Hello to everybody. Oh, and my dear friend is here. The Utumiro is here. Hello to you and you and you. Okay, so you guys, we're jumping right into it. But of course, I want to hear your experiences. Feel free to share your experiences with me. I want to make this class as snappy as possible because we are drawing to a close. Like I said last week, that by next week we're going to be going into video production. But I really want to be sure that we have very confident creators now. Do you feel confident taking your idea from concept to creation? I want to see all the feedbacks. Let us know. Do you feel confident now? Because the truth is, you have done the work. If you have gotten to this point, you have actually done most of the work. You know, when they say cut down the tree and you have like 6 hours to do it, they have actually said that is it the white man or is it a proverb or something that said, hey, if you give me a cutlass and you say cut down the knife and you just have 6 hours, guess what? I'll spend 5 hours sharpening my sword or my knife or whatever, and then I would spend the last 2 hours, cutting down the tree, or 1 hour, right? So that's what you have done. If you have gotten to this point and you now understand the basic knowledge and the concept of taking your idea from mere idea all the way to image generation, and you're able to position your characters in the right shot, guess what? I think you've done all the work. You are sharpening your sword and you are ready. Because I know that we had to compress a lot, right? We had a stretch of 6 months plan, but we had to compress it because of, where we currently are. But I'm believing that you have got lots of value. So if you have got lots of value and you feel confident at this point that, yes, I can actually do this, then yes, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the chat and share your feedbacks. How confident do you feel right now? Because next week we are going into video generation, whether it is for your music, whether it is for your dialogue scenes, whether it's for your narratives, your narrations. We're going to be testing them out next week. Okay, we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday next week to look at video generation. So I really want to be sure that the people who have gone through this course actually feel confident enough to become filmmakers. Let me hear from you guys. I'm not seeing any chat, so what's happening? Are we hiding? We don't want to tell people that we have learned. Please market yourself, announce yourself. Don't be shy. Please tell the world how amazing you are. Tell the world, let the world hear you. Tell me, how confident do you feel right now as an AI filmmaker? Yes, a filmmaker using AI as a tool. Genesis Productions, I see you. Okay, so yes, Nazareth is also here. All right, so yes. Okay, so we are live and good to go. Ramsin Entertainment, good to have you here as well. So you guys, I was asking a question. You guys are not answering me. How confident do you feel right now as an AI filmmaker, as a filmmaker using AI to tell your stories? You have gotten to this point. Do you feel confident moving forward? Okay, so you know the rules, you know how we do these things. We're moving forward. This is where we stopped last week, right? Just to recap, we created our characters, we came up with a story, we came up with a story here. This is our short story. Then we asked, ChatGPT to give us our image prompts, and then we generated our images on Gemini. And of course, we now asked ChatGPT to give us our 3x3 grid storyboard. Okay, and that's what we have here. It is written out as text, and it is also given to us here as image, prompts, and something that would feel like, yeah, if you want to generate your story, this can look like it. And yeah, if you look at the storyboard, it actually looks really, really attractive. So normally you can easily just crop out each of these and take a screenshot and go over to I'm just sharing this quickly before we do the hard part, right? So you can easily save these images. You can save the image into your device and then just take a screenshot of each of these. Like, for example, you already have your character. Okay, so let's test it out. This is the first way. Like I said, we are jumping into it exactly. Right, so this is me downloading. No, I want to take a screenshot. I don't want to download. So this is me now. I can easily click here and download and take a screenshot. Okay, so this particular image is on my gallery, but I don't want to access my gallery because I'll be going through a lot of, just to access it. So you can do this easily, right? If you don't want to copy out the prompts, you can easily do this for each shot, okay? And use your original image to generate the exact same shot. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's try it out. Okay, so you already have the prompts here, you guys, but sometimes different image generators can easily misinterpret it or give you their own version of it. So if peradventure what you see on this one here that ChatGPT gave you, which I feel really looks good, right? If you feel like this actually depicts the kind of story you're trying to tell, just take a screenshot of each of the shots. Put your original characters together and then take it into ChatGPT and replicate the exact same shot. We're going to do the two of them using the text and using the image, okay? That is why I said we are continuing from where we stopped before. But before I go further, I'm not hearing from you guys, and you guys know I love to hear from you, right? Please share with me, talk to me. I love to hear from you guys, okay? All right, so we're here. Okay, so Genesis Productions, okay. iCutScene is here. Okay, I feel more confident than ever. Okay, all right, beautiful. I got those feedbacks. I want to see more of it. So we're just going to go into Gemini. Okay, so I already kept Gemini on standby, right? This is our Gemini here. I already put Gemini on standby. You remember this, right? When we came here last week, we brought in that image, the image of the text, into Gemini. This is a text that we generated in ChatGPT. This is a text of our, the image rather, of our shortlist, right? And our storyboard, right? So all I did was I brought this in and I asked Gemini to write it out, each of them. So shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, up to shot 9, because you can see it's a 3x3 grid, which means we have 9 of them here. So yes, we now have them written out, but let's start from the image style. Like, we really don't want to waste our time doing the whole, how do we call it now? So let's go back and see our image, our characters, right? We already got our characters before. So I'm going to be generating our characters on 9x16 just because I'm streaming on portrait, not landscape, right? So you guys can see here, when we put our first prompt here, you can see this prompt here. This was our first prompt from the prompts that we got, right? This is the image that we got. Let's go and compare it with what ChatGPT gave us, right? Does this look like it? Let's scroll. Okay, look at it. Can you see that it is different? After putting our prompt here for scene 1, this is what we got. the establishing shot. This is what we got here. But look at the one that we had, the establishing shot 1 from ChatGPT. You can see them on medium shots instead of, look at it here, they are the ones here. I don't know why it's not letting me. Okay, you can see it here. This is shot 1, right? That is shot 1. So you can see that it is different. And this happens because we have different interpretations across different image generating image tools, right? Image generation tools. So, but what if you want that exact same shot that you saw here? You know, probably you look at this shot that ChatGPT generated, it actually looks like what you have in your head and it will look better on your film. All you need to do, just like I said, take a screenshot and then let's go back here. So now I have my characters, of course, like I said, we have our characters here. I put my characters together. Okay, so let's go back. Let's tell ChatGPT to put these 2 characters together. So let me save them again. I think I might have pushed them further down. So let's see if we can save the characters again. Okay, this is the man. So let's save the character, the image again. Let's save the image. Now save the image. I want to put the 2 of them together, right? I want to put the 2 of them together so that I can work with them on the same shot. So let's go back. Let's go back. Where's the woman? This is the man. Okay, this is 2 of them. Oh, we already have 2 of them on one shot. Okay, so all I need to do is download this. Okay, now I have the 2 of them, no problem. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to bring them in and bring the shots that I ChatGPT, and then I put it here. You guys, are you following? If you have questions, ask. So you can see here, what I did was I brought the picture of my characters that I just generated for that story. You see them, they're already here, but I put them here. Remember, we generate them on what? White background or black background, remember? So I bring them here, and then I bring the screenshots that I took from ChatGPT because I like the scene. I feel like that scene actually depicts itself. So all I'm going to tell Gemini here is use the characters. Okay, let's start with create a very sharp image. Create a very sharp image, because if you don't tell it, sometimes it just goes with the one that is available. Create a very sharp image of my characters on a white background in the scene, into the scene of the waterfall. Okay, so my expectation, this is just me re-emphasizing, is that the couple on the white background become placed in the scene, are placed in the exact scene of the waterfall. Okay, so let's just have that. Let's see how that will come out. Okay, so let's see that. So you see, this is the first way of doing it, just because you like the same shot that you got from ChatGPT, just because you like that shot, right? But if you do not necessarily care about it, all you need to do, you already generated each of those prompts here. Let's go back. We generated all the prompts here. Remember, we brought our texts out and look at our prompts here. All we can do is just put our characters, copy our shots. Let's go with, you see this one now. The one we are generating with the image is what, shot 2. So let us copy shot 2 so that you can see if we will get the exact same thing, with what do we call it now? Let us see if we'll get the exact same, image using, okay, you guys look at this. Okay, so you see that because it wants to show us their face, and I did not emphasize, lots of it, but you can see the thing, it took our direction. We can still tell it to give them the exact same, make the characters take the exact same, make the characters take, okay, what's happening to my typing? I'm typing and I'm not seeing my text. What's going on? Okay, so you guys, can you see that? I hope that's answering someone's question. Make I'm trying to type and it's not working. I do not know what's going on. Okay. All right, so let's go to another chat just in case that's probably from the chat. Let's try another chat. Okay, so this is us. Okay, it's the internet. I guess it's the internet. The internet is slow, you guys. It's basically slow. Okay, so you can see this here. So we're going to bring in our characters and then test that same shot. Bring in our characters and then put in here the medium shot and so on. I'm going to change 16:9 to 9:16 because I want it to be on portrait, right? So let's just put, this is the prompt that we copied, not the image on. Create a very sharp image as usual. Image, okay. Oh, yeah, I guess it would understand. So let's see that. Let's see if we'll get the same thing like we did before. You can see how clear that image was. Very clear, very sharp, very straightforward, right? So you could see that. That's the whole point of this. So you can easily use any of them. Now you can see that the difference is clear, right? So the prompt gave us something else, but of course, at the end of the day, it is still telling the same story that we want to tell. So that's why I'm giving you that option now. I'm showing you that there are options that you can easily work with. It's not static. The funny thing is that this same image that we have here, if we click regenerate, we'll get something else. So I like the image. I'm just going to download it. I don't know what I'll use it for, probably a wallpaper or something, but let me just keep it. Then let's say, and then I'll do a regenerate. So you will see that this same prompt will produce something else. So it is left for you now to say, oh, okay, which one do I really want to use to tell my story? It's left for you to tell, right? It is your story at the end of the day. So of course we all want, can you guys see this? It is still different. Can you see? It is different from the first one that we also had, right? So these characters, you can easily control it and say, hey, okay, so I want the characters to be back in the camera. I want the characters to whatever. Let's go back to that other one, right? Where we had our characters. Okay, so this is a short list. Okay, so where is our character? Okay. This is the portrait of the characters, right? And this is the image that we were going for. This is the image we're going for. This is the one that we screenshot from ChatGPT. And ChatGPT said, oh, this is what that image will look like. Actually, this looks good for film, right? So what if we just tell Gemini to say, hey, copy the exact pose of the couple. Okay, so let's try that. Copy, make my characters mirror the exact pose of the sample image. Okay, what if we just want that? Okay, so let's see, because this is what will separate you. Probably you want to tell it exactly as it came out from ChatGPT. Probably you also want to tell your own story. So these are the details, right? You can see that one prompt can give you different things, can give you different feels. If I say this one should still regenerate, it will still give me different stuff. But let us see how this one will come out looking like. Okay, so it still did not get it. So we need to, I can still tell my ChatGPT. Let's go back to ChatGPT. ChatGPT to the rescue. I'll tell ChatGPT to tell. Okay, so let me tell ChatGPT here. I'm trying to generate my image. I'm trying to generate my image from another image. I place my image, my characters on a white background. Okay, let me just go straight to, I want the image generator to mirror, to take my characters on a white background and place them in the scene in my sample image with the exact pose. Nothing must change. Write me a prompt for this. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm doing it deliberately so that you can see this, right? That if you have your idea and you're feeling that, oh, your idea is not coming out as you want, that is the whole idea behind telling ChatGPT to polish your idea, right? A white friend of mine would say, let the machine speak to another machine. Don't do the job of a machine, right? These machines understand themselves. So what you want to do is tell your raw ideas, to the machine and allow it to write machine word. So you just copy the machine word and take it to another machine and let it do its work. Okay. Write a prompt, not an image. Okay, so I don't know if this is a ChatGPT glitch, but every time you try to ask, when they just see image, right? You just write anything that has to do with image, it instantly starts to generate an image for you. That is a thing that I noticed recently. So, well, we'll just keep managing them for now. So as you can see, because I emphasized what I wanted, it has now focused on, giving me the prompt. So let's go back to Gemini, and, do the same thing. So we're going to bring in the image, our characters, of course, just as usual, the two characters and the background and the scene that we want them to be in. So the characters and the scene together, we're going to place them here and then place our prompts here as well. Okay, so the two characters and of course the scene. So I'm going to reemphasize my aspect ratio is 9:16, not 16:9, just because we are streaming on portrait mode. So I want to make sure that you can see everything that we are doing. That's why I'm going with 9:16, not 16:9, right? So yes, ChatGPT has done the work. So what we are doing here is allowing it to cook. All right. So you guys talk to me. How was your assignment? How was partnering with other people? How did it feel like? What did it feel like? You guys have been working together. Some of us could not find partners. You guys, the concept behind. Can you guys see the work of your AI assistant now? Can you guys see the difference? Can you see the difference? Right? So sometimes you just want to pour your idea and it's not coming. What do? Go back to your AI and what? Explain yourself to it. It understands machine language. It's going to take your machine, the idea that you have given it, it will polish it and give you back the results. Can you see from where we went from? We started from here, right? This was the initial one for scene 1. We did not like it. This is prompt 2, right? You can see this is what prompt 2 had on the prompt, page. But this is what we got when we used our own language to describe it, right? But we tried again. We did not get it. But guess what? We went back to ChatGPT and we told it to speak the language of the AI. And now look at it. It took us from there. You can see this is the original image that we are trying to copy. This is the original image. Can you see it here? This is the original image we're trying to copy. I don't know why my charger just decides to show up there. Okay, so this is the original image we're trying to copy. And this is our result at the end of the day. Can you see that nothing else changed? So this is what you want to do. This is what you want, as your result. So knowing how to work with these tools helps to make your video creation easily. It makes your work easy. Okay, so at least now you understand how to move your idea from a story to your shorts and your short list, and then of course building a storyboard for each of your scenes. And by next week, we're going to be talking about, of course, animating the scenes, right? So each of them, what do we want to do with them? How do we want to translate them? But I'm sure by now you now understand that this is richer. This makes your story richer. Once you have much of these stories, okay, it becomes richer to create. So let's go back now and look at what ChatGPT said the thing would look like. Okay, so this is what ChatGPT says the next scene will look like, right? So of course, if you like it, what do? Take a screenshot and then go back and copy the same thing, do the same thing that we just did now. But let us also test out our Gemini and keep going, right? So Gemini has already built us the list of shots that we wanted. Yeah, so look at what we did without using that stuff. We just came here and put this here, and look at what Gemini gave us initially, right? So let's go back. Let's go and look at it, and get our shot 3, right? That is, look at it, shot 1, shot 2. Initially, the shot 1 is what, the riverside. Shot 2 is discovering the cave. Shot 3 is entering the cave. So let us see them now entering the cave. So which of them will you be using? You guys tell me, which of them do you feel you'll be using more? Do you think ChatGPT has a better idea of your story, of the story? Do you think ChatGPT has a better idea of what the story looks like? You guys tell me, do you think ChatGPT has a better idea of what the story looks like? Or do you like the version of Gemini? Right? You guys tell me in the chat, which would you prefer to work with? Which would you prefer to work with? Okay, so I'm putting 9 by 16, not 16 by 9. Okay, let's have that. 9 by 16. Oh, I don't know why it's clicking 8. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Now, this is our character. Of course, you know how this works. Okay, so this is how we're going to build every scene in our story. Every scene in our story will be built like this. Every scene in our story will be built like this. From start to finish. You guys, look at this. This is so cute. Oh my God. Okay, so it had a good description. Let us compare it to the original idea that ChatGPT gave us. Look at the idea here. This is shot 3, entering the cave. Look at it, entering the cave. Look at the shot here. Look at what it looks like, entering the cave. And look at the one that we did without using an image prompt. So you see, you can easily use both of them. Sometimes the shot comes out better. Sometimes, you like the other one, and so on. Right? So it is all up to you to say, okay, so this is what I want to work with. This is how I like my image to look. This one will fit my film better. This one will fit my story better. Okay, this is how I prefer my characters to look, or whatever. Can you see this now? This tells the story. For me, I think I like this one. Right? So you guys can see this. This is how to tell your stories. I'm going to be in the comment section because I want to answer your questions. I want to make sure that everyone is carried along. Anyone who has been lost, if you have been lost and you feel like you have been lost, please ask questions so that we can help you. Okay? Let me know so that I can help you. Okay? Okay, so the aspect ratio of your screen. The aspect ratio of my screen is 9 by 16 portrait. So straight like this straight format is 9 by 16. Your phone format, the one that looks like the way you hold your phone, 9 by 16. The way your TV stays, your TV is flat, that is 16 by 9. That's the way so the film format is flat. That's the one for TV, right? But your phone format is 9 by 16, which is portrait, which is for phone style, right? So that's why you see TikTok styles and then YouTube long styles, right? So if you're creating for TikTok style, you're doing 9 by 16, which is what we are currently using right now while we are streaming. But if you're doing YouTube long, like regular films for your project, you would be doing what? You'll be doing your 16 by 9. Okay, that's the aspect ratio. I hope that person's question is answered. Okay, so I saw someone answering that the Utumiro has answered. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Is it only my network? Okay, so I don't know what's wrong with your network. Okay, so 16 by 9. Okay, so iCut Scene has broken it down. I think 16 is the breadth, and while 9 is the height. 9 is the height for portrait. 9 is the height for portrait. So what I'm using right now is 9 by 16, right? So if you're flipping it and you want to do landscape, this is landscape. Let's go back. This one you're seeing on your screen is portrait. This is 9 by 16. This is landscape. This is 16 by 9. Okay, so I hope we have settled that. The one you're currently seeing on your screen right now, this is 16 by 9. This is TV format, right? This is flat image. But what we have been working on because of our streaming, the long type of image is 9 by 16. This is the long format. It's called portrait, right? Just to help us get through, So I prefer Gemini for image generation, while ChatGPT for writing. Okay. All right. So yeah, everyone has got their preferences. I see another person say I prefer ChatGPT. Okay. Okay. I'm the one with the better idea of what my story should look like. Amazing. Amazing. All right. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're doing amazing. I like it. Okay, so for any product, for products, any aspect ratio can be used. It depends on where you post the product. Yes, that's correct. That's very correct. All right, so any questions? How about using Grok? Yes, Grok also allows you to select your aspect ratio. Grok also allows you to select your aspect ratio. So does everybody know how we got to this point? So if you see a story now, if we give you a story, because you guys would have to do this now throughout the weekend. If you get a story, you guys run me through what you'll be doing. What is the first step that you would need to take to make your story come alive, right? If you see a story, you get a story, you get a script. What is the first thing you will do to get your story to come alive? So while I'm waiting for that, let's go and copy the next, the next prompt, right? Let's go and copy the next prompt. And yes, let's copy the next prompt. That is short 4, right? That should be short 4. So let's go back. Vision, storyboard. Short 4. Let's go. Let's go. Tell me, what would you do if you got a script right now and they said, hey, generate an image, a video for me. What are you going to do? What's the first thing you will be doing? I want to hear from you guys. Okay, so I'm bringing in my characters just as we have discussed, right? I'm bringing in my characters and here, the image, the 2 characters, and then I place them here and then I change the aspect ratio to 9:16. Remember your prompts, yeah? Your image prompts. Actually, let me mention this now so that someone does not mix this up, okay? So you guys, when generating your images, if your characters will speak, it is important you generate your characters in the scene, but make sure their face shows. So that you can have consistent characters, right? But if your characters are like this and they are speaking, and you now make them turn in this same scene, your characters might look different. So this type of scenes here, with your character moving into the cave, focus on this like a B-roll. B-roll is like extra shots that you need that doesn't warrant like a dialogue, right? Scenes like this, it is best if characters, for example, I think their faces are a little, but it is still somehow that they might still confuse them. So sometimes it is better you generate them with a prompt and emphasize that their faces should show. That is if you are trying to generate what? If you're trying to generate a dialogue with them in this place. But if not, if they are just going to be walking around and doing their own thing and they would not be dialoguing, there is no point for that. Just allow the scene, right? So I had to state that now so that we do not confuse it. I hope someone is understanding now, right? So I hope you're understanding now. If your characters are going to speak, it is important that we try to get them close to the camera as possible. That is why most times in even in Nollywood, you see that to get the best sound out of a character, they usually zoom in and do close-up shots for scenes where the character will speak. They try to get really, really close because number one, the framing affects it. So if you have been on set before, you will realize that when the camera is very close to you, they can bring the mic closer to you. They can bring that mic closer to you so that they can get the best sound out of you. But if the camera is far, if they put that mic inside the shot, the mic might show. right? So that is why most times you see that in dialogue scenes, people go closer, to get the dialogues out so that you can get better sound. So for AI filmmaking, a lot of the platforms are currently they are developing. Yes, they are still developing. For example, you can easily get your characters on different formats. For example, you can get the different dimensions of your characters, right? So we could have generated, if we wanted to do, for example, if we're working with like an open art or sea dance, I think some of these platforms have an opportunity for you to create your character in a 360 format. So you can create a 3x3 grid of your character alone. Okay, so let's try it out. Let us try it out, just so that just so that. Okay, so let's bring the man in. So we're going to generate a 3x3 grid of our character alone. So let me go back to ChatGPT to write the prompt for me. I'm going to tell ChatGPT exactly what I want and ask it to write it out so that it can speak the language of, the character, right? So, I want to create different directions and camera angles of my character on a white background. Help me write the prompt for a 3x3 grid. Okay, for the image generator. Okay, so you see that is why I tell you, what are you using your AI as? What are you using your AI as? You guys, do you still remember, what are you using your AI as? What is your AI to you when it comes to production? Give me prompt, not image. Not image. Okay, so you see that there. All right, so what did I tell you to use your AI as? Give me prompt, not image. It's still giving me image. Oh, let me take that and go back here and tell it. Okay, so this is what I want. Let's tell it here. Create. Okay. Instead of prompt, now I'm telling Gemini to create a 3x3 grid of the dimensions for my character. Let's see if Gemini understands me. Let me see if Gemini. Yeah, GPT always wants to impress. It tries to impress. Truly, overtly tries to impress. Funny enough, it might actually generate the dimensions for me. If I go back there, it might actually try to generate different dimensions for me, hoping that I will just copy from what it has given me, right, and then use it for another person, right? So it can easily do that for me. Yes, it's called a character sheet. Yes, you guys can see this now, right? So it can easily do that. You guys, look at this. So if you're working with look at it, the character reference prompt, you can see this, right? So if you're working with something like an open art or like you can easily put this into your AI image generator, right? And tell it, hey, this is the dimensions of my character, so that it has the front face, it has the back, it has everything. So it understands the dimensions for you, right? But not all of them understands it, right? So it is easy to learn it. Like I say, I really do not want you to get stuck on, she has taught me this. When I get to a crossroad, I don't know what to do. That's why I always give you options. I want you to always have options, right? So imagine that never happens. Now look at this. This is what we're talking about. Can you guys see this now? So we have different dimensions, different looks, close up, long shot, the back, the profile, different shots of our character, even from top to down and so on. We even have his legs. Can you see that? All defined in a shot. So you can easily have this and use it in your, in your story. and say, okay, so this character that is facing back now, this is who he is. Oh, so that when you are generating your video, the image, the video generator already has like a reference for your character. But people that are using like Grok or, other smaller image generators, you really do not have this. Right? What Grok works with mostly is either text to video straight up or image to video. So you would have already done the work to generate the image that you want to animate in there. Do you understand now? So that is why I teach you the basics. Your duty now is, depending on the tool you get to use, you might decide to, want to go for a paid plan on like a Cdance, an OpenArt, or any other tool, right? They might ask you to create like a reference sheet like this for your character. So if you're working with 2 characters, 3 characters per scene, all you need to do is generate this type of shots for them, the sheet reference, and then add it there. The video generator will always pull from here, depending on the shots that you use in your prompt. So this reference will just be there as like a footnote for it, right? So whenever you want to generate a new scene, all you need to do is say, this character and this character are in this scene. This is what the shot looks like. The image generator will look at your reference sheet and see that, okay, so if I place them like this is how they will look. And it will follow your prompt and give you exactly what you want. So especially if they are talking and their face is not to the camera. This is why I'm repeating this for consistent characters, right? Sometimes the ones that you use that change the character, it is because it does not have this reference. Am I communicating? Does someone understand what I'm saying? Right? Please, if you have questions, ask. I hope you understand how we got here, because you guys, by next week we are wrapping up the 1 month, right, to open up for a new cohort. We're going to be wrapping up for the first cohort so that we can open up for a new cohort, right? And your internship starts in the new month. So hope you are prepared. You're going to be getting more feedback from Oladunis Productions. Remember, this was a partnership between SAB Studios NG and Oladunis Productions to bring you AI filmmaking workshop for Nigerian traditional filmmakers. So if you are getting value, please celebrate yourselves and Oladunis Productions in the chat. All right? You'll be getting more feedback on how we move forward. Okay, so we're going to generate location for each scene and the storyboard. Yeah, that's up to you. How complex or how simple you love to work, that is up to you. My duty is to take you to the river. Like I said, what I'm offering you is 0 to 9, right? So if you want to learn a billion numbers, like you want to count 1 to a billion, nothing concerns me. My own is to take you to 0, 1 to 9. Right? You now know 0, 1 to 9. Any other number you combine to make, you have to combine these 0 to 9 to make any number you want. So my duty is to show you and take you to 0 to 9. Whatever numbers, your combination, your format, your workflow, whatever you want to generate after now, it is left for you to decide how complex or how simple your workflow will be. It is left for you. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Okay, so I'm reading the chats now. So I asked the question before, if you get a script, what do you need to do first? What would you do to get your story out? And someone says we need to create our scenes, after which we need a description of our characters. Next, we create a character for simplicity. We can generate the next text image prompt as an image and then the images. Amazing. Your workflow works for you, right? First, build the characters on white plain background, exactly how you want them to, using ChatGPT to get a well-detailed prompt. Amazing. Okay, so firstly, I'll have to generate the image characters in a black or white background. All right, so generate consistent characters using white or black background. I think we all got that. Amazing. So you guys celebrate yourselves in the chat. That's amazing. Okay, so we ensure to generate our images according to the image visual board or storyboard, correcting and regenerating till we get something perfect. Yes, you need to. Yes. So, your storyboard, it depends on you, like I said, because each image generator will interpret your prompt differently. It will interpret both your image prompt or your text prompt, it will interpret it differently. So it is left for you as the filmmaker to say, oh, this one looks better, this one fits my film, right? It's just like in traditional filmmaking, we have take 1, take 2, right? So it is left for you to do take 1, take 2, take 10, up to you, as many generations as you like, and then probably you get to pick what works best for your film, right? But I would usually say choice epilepsy is real, so try as much as possible, to stick to probably 1 to 3 so that you can make the right option, okay, without getting that is it choice fatigue or something? Yeah, before you get really, really tired and, it gets intense. We're also going to generate locations for each scene and the storyboard. Yes, if you want specific locations, usually your location details are in your prompts for each scene if you work with ChatGPT to get that, right? So it will keep it looking similar across scenes. But if you want specific, that's when you generate the location and then mix them up, okay? So sometimes you watch some films and then you see that, oh, some things have changed, especially because it's important to us because we are traditional filmmakers and we want continuity, right? So yes, please generate your locations, all right? Okay, yes. I asked the question of what do you use your AI as, and only Rose International Studios responded to that. Okay, your personal assistant, your virtual assistant, and of course your executive assistant. So you see the way I give instructions to my AI, that's because it already understands how I work. So instantly when I say do this, it understands it. So that's basically what I want you to work with your AI as. Have a vision. You are the one that carries the vision. You're the one that comes to the interaction, the partnership with the vision. The AI has no vision at all. It does not think. You are the one thinking. So your own is to come there and say, okay, machine, I have this vision, but I don't know how to communicate it to my video generator, to my image generator, help me write it properly. You pour everything into it, and guess what? It will refine it and then give you exactly what you want based on what you have poured into it, okay? So yes, so use it as your PA, your VA, your EA, all right? Okay. So, all right. So, you say you're already feeling for Claude. Yeah, that's because you see why I have a main guy and a side guy now. You see that, right? Yeah, Claude is that side guy. It's that guy that when you want to dine in some fine dining, like you want to go to some some places, you'll be like, yeah, who is the guy I should call safe? Like every day I see ChatGPT, so let me just leave ChatGPT for now. No, ChatGPT will take me to all these normal restaurants, but when you want to go to some restaurants, the guy you will call, like you fix your hair, you get that nice dress, you want to smell good, that extra hand, that's the guy to call, right? So yeah, that's the relationship with Claude. Okay, so of course the character sheet, and yeah. Okay, so I guess everyone now gets it. You guys, I see you celebrating yourselves in there. Continue. Please celebrate yourselves, okay? This is an amazing thing. This is an amazing conversation. You guys, I hope we got value today. Is there any other question, like apart from storyboarding that we have talked about today? Is there something else that you probably want to ask about from other classes? Please ask. Ask now. We have about 10 to 20 minutes before we wrap up. Anything that you want to ask now that has to do with any other class, not just storyboarding, because we have come to the end of storyboarding. We have covered a lot from the beginning of this the workshop up to this point, right? By next week, these images will come alive, which I believe that most of us already have started testing out, right? We want to see how the thing will look. We want them to speak. I know that we have already started doing most of that. So this one is really the juice of it. If you can have a vision and you can translate that vision into different shots, because the shots is what makes the story nice. Most of us already know the story of boy meets girl, girl falls in love, or rich billionaire falling in love with a poor girl. We already know that story. But most times what keeps us glued is what? The translation from just a mere story that we know into the visuals, right? this story looks good, but how does the filmmaker translate the story to us via visuals? That is what separates the Alaba market and the Onisha to Ebony Life, or Clarence Peters and the rest. Do you understand? There are DOPs and there are DOPs. There are directors and there are directors. So we will get to see your styles now, because as we are launching you into the world, you still have 2 months with us. Don't worry. Yes, we are ending classes in 1 month. That is by next week, Friday. But the next 2 months, definitely you have projects that you will be doing. Of course, you have to pitch us your project. Your projects will be celebrated at the October, or maybe at the October Festival. Yeah. At the October Festival of African AI International Film Festival. So probably at the October Festival, your films will be celebrated there as well. So you guys, you have 2 months to work with us and show yourself. We want to see your skills. We want to see what you have learned. We want to see what you will develop right after here. You have done the work. You have been here. You now understand storytelling through the eyes of the AI, using AI as your lens. We want to now see how you translate them into minute stories, and then of course complex stories. Okay, so I hope that everyone is getting value here. Okay, there's no day we don't get value from your class. Thank you, Remsen. Thank you. That's such a nice feedback. Thank you so much, Remsen. Okay, so who wants to be side guy? Claude Bele. Oh my God, don't worry, he understands his place. We run the world, girls, we run the world, girls, So yeah, so Claude understands. All right, so fast. Today's class looks fast. Yes. I hope you got value, you guys. Where is the Utu mirror? Shout out to everyone who has been active. I do not see any questions. We are wrapping up in 7 minutes. I have been waiting for your questions. He's like, guys, those guys are piracy, eh? Oh my god, they can turn one film into part 1, part 2, part 3, part 7. You will create one long feature film like this, they will break it into part 7 for you. You go shock. Don't try those guys though. They're really, really amazing. They're amazing. So you guys, I hope you're ready. We have not talked about monetization of your platforms, how to set up your platform. So don't worry, we did not forget. We are on it. Once you start your internship, all of that, we'll be talking about them. Okay? You're going to be learning about them because you will be learning directly while setting up your own platforms as well. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Okay, so I'm seeing comments coming in. Can you help us keep the class videos for review, because I'm still writing some notes on these AI filmmaking. Yeah, the classes are still up for now until we start cohort 2, so you still have access to them. But of course, the good thing about it is once you are attached to a mentor, the mentor will definitely be answering your questions directly as they give you assignments to do, when they would, because the whole idea is now it looks really nice, right? It looks nice because I'm used to it and I'm already doing it by myself. So, it looks nice. But when you're giving a real life case from your mentor to do, sometimes you'll start getting confused. Oh, where do I start from? And so on. Guess what? Don't worry. That's why your mentor is there. They'll be directing you. So every mistake you're making, it will be hands-on training, right? They'll be the ones to say, okay, no, do this like this. Start from here. Do this one and do that one. So they'll be working directly with you. So don't fret at all. Okay, so that's the beautiful thing about this workshop. Okay. All right, so who is excited? Yes, about the festival. The festival is coming up in October. That's the fiscal festival. It's coming up in October, so your films will be shown on the big screen. Yeah, so those who are in Abuja in October, feel free to join us live. Okay, so most of you, we have invited you to join AI Filmmakers Network. Every filmmaker across the globe is welcome to join AI Filmmakers Network. The link is in the description of this video. Check it out and join. We have different filmmakers from across the globe, so feel free to join us. Okay. More information will be shared from there. You can check out Oladunis Productions on LinkedIn. You can check out SAB Studios NG on LinkedIn and, connect with us. All right. The Utu Mirror says value loaded. Always. Thank you. Okay, season 1 to 3. Hope we can still have access to the live recording. Yes, it is still available. The playlist is available. I think what we'll do is we'll just carry the whole playlist and drop it for you guys on the group so that you can always access it. Right, the playlist is here. All you need to do, come to YouTube, search for SAB Does AI, and of course check out the playlist that we have here. But this particular playlist for beginners will be shared on your group. So all right, so thank you everybody. To my would-be mentor, your mentee is actually looking forward to meeting you. That's such a sweet thing to say. Okay, so you guys, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being here. Share the good news. Tell them. Okay, this is how we come to the end of today. Next week, we are jumping into video creation. I can't wait, you guys, because I know you guys are already waiting for this. I saw some people already asking about dialogues and the rest. Yeah, don't worry. You're going to be putting everything together. It was like assembling all the parts. If you want to build a car, right? We have gotten a tire, we have gotten the engine, we have gotten the body parts, we have gotten all of that. It's time to assemble it together. That is where the video animation comes into play. All right, so we're doing that next week. We're going to be testing out different ideas because I know you have seen different ideas, like from animation to music videos to, so let us test them out, right? But yes, that will be your assignment this weekend. I want to see what you all come up with. I don't want to see the conventional. I kind of see the same thing happening on your groups. And we have talked about this. Didn't we agree that we will not be doing normal? Right? But I'm still saying the same thing, the same normal. Like, why, guys? Why? Right? So I'm going to push you guys a bit more, right? I'm going to specify the style that you'll be creating your videos in, and I'm going to give you the passage that you will create your story from. So expect your assignment after this class. All right. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for being part of today's class. We'll be back again on Monday as we wrap up. If you missed, just start the video from the beginning. All right, so thank you everyone. Thank you Rose International, the Utu Mirror, iCut Scene, Genesis Productions, Chimeze. Who else is here? Favorite Art, I see you. Anu came to class. Who is Anu? Why is Anu not on the group? Is there an Anu on that group? Where's Bolanle? Bolanle is on that group. Why is Bolanle not here? Is Bolanle on this call? Who else? Nazareth is here. Hi, Nazareth. Okay, so who else is here? Let me see. Any other person that I know here? Where is this guy? The guy that I've been calling every time. Abdul, I can't remember his name right now, but I know he did a fine project. But he has not been in class. How does he now do his assignment, you guys? How does he do his assignment if he does not attend class? Abdul something. I don't remember his name. Right, you guys, please share my thoughts, share my love to the group. You guys have been amazing. Expect your assignment as we have planned. Have a blessed rest of your weekend. Bye everyone. Yes, Abdul Quadri. Ramson, you're correct. Abdul Quadri. I don't know where that person is. I have been calling them, but they did a fantastic job on their assignment. I'm wondering why they don't attend class, and I'm wondering how they're able to do the assignment when they don't attend class. All right, so you guys, shout out to you. Bye everybody.